Welcome back to Sportsbook Review. It is time once again for me to release my team and player prop picks from Bet365 for Week 7 of the NFL season. And I've already given you my 3-player prop picks for the week. Now it's time to look at some team prop plays. I think they hold a lot of value. And we'll start off with the Minnesota Vikings, who have an over-under of points this week at 22.5, going up against the Detroit Lions. And the Lions' defense has been absolutely atrocious this season. One of the worst defenses in the entire NFL. And they're giving up around 29 points per game. If you take away the game against the Seahawks, where they only gave up 13 and only scored 10, this team's definitely the worst defense in the entire NFL. And the fact that Minnesota has already scored 26 points against the Lions this season in a game at home, I don't think the road game for the Vikings here is going to limit their offensive upside that much. In fact, I think it might help a little bit as well. It's a very, very balanced offensive attack here, and 22.5 points is just way too low for the Minnesota Vikings this week. I think over 22.5 at minus 125 is a great way to start off your team prop picks here for week number 7. Now, coming in next is the Ravens and the Cardinals, who have a field goal total of 3.5. Obviously, you can go at 2.5 and 4.5 as well, but 3.5 seems like the best value here because the over is going to give you value at plus 120. And I think with the fact that these two teams combined have given up 30 field goals this season, I think the over is definitely a play this week. Actually, if you look at it, the Ravens are also leading the league in giving up field goals this season at 17 out of 19. And if you combine that with the fact that both of these two teams have very good kickers, and the fact that despite the fact that their defense has been pretty bad this year after losing Terrell Suggs, the Ravens' red zone defense has actually been very, very good this season. They're ranked 6th in the NFL in red zone defense. In the last 3 weeks, they've been one of the best red zone defenses in the entire NFL. I think if they can bring that defense against Arizona this week, you're going to see a lot of Chandler Catanzaro and Justin Tucker. I think over 3.5 field goals at a price of plus 120 is almost a steal of value between these two teams who have both given up a ton of field goals this season. Now, finally, the Browns and the Rams have a touchdown total of 4.5 this week, and I think the under could be an absolutely great play between these two clubs. You look at the offenses for both these two teams, not much to get excited about, especially the Rams, who are dead last in total offense so far throughout the season. And even though the Browns have been very good in total offense and their passing offense this season, going up into St. Louis against that Rams defense in the Dome with the crowd here bearing down on the Rams, always play a lot better at home. And I think that could lead to a very defensive style of game between these two teams. A lot of field goals kicked and under 4.5 touchdowns being the play at minus 125. With a total of only 41.5, I think you're looking at a low-scoring game and definitely a value play on this prop betting pick. But that'll do it for my team props. Make sure you check out the player props as well from Bet365 this week. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.